In a world that tells us to be afraid, to hoard, to despair, to be anxious, worship proclaims abundance, hope, and joy. Worship interrupts the world's weary narrative and insists on God's story of liberation. And friends, if we need any reminder of this and of why this matters, why worship has to be so much more than comfort, why it must be about courage, we just have to look to the events of this past week and to Minneapolis. Renee Nicole Good, 37 years old, was shot and killed by a federal agent in the middle of a neighborhood street. A child of God, a neighbor, a human being with breath and story and worth. Witnesses say that she was unarmed. Witnesses say she was trying to get away. Witnesses say the official story does not match what they saw. And this happened in a city that is still tender with grief, still carrying the memory of George Floyd, still struggling beneath systems that have not yet learned to see every person as beloved. And this is where worship becomes resistance. This is where worship becomes truth-telling. This is where worship becomes the church's holy refusal to accept violence as normal. Because worship is where we remember that every person bears the image of God. Worship is where we lament the harm done to God's children. Worship is where we reclaim the truth that no life is disposable. Worship is where we gather strength to stand with the vulnerable and speak against the forces that diminish life.